Hello, good evening and welcome to Cookbarn live here from a very muggy and humid Somerset. I'm Rich Brown, and over the next few weeks, twice a week, I'm going to be inviting a smorgasbord of cooks, musicians and eccentrics into my barn to do a bit of cooking to them and doing a bit of chatting to them. Well, I've got the most itinerant musician and the most eccentric in with me today. He's a very, very old friend of mine, known him for 30 years, one of the most talented musicians I've ever met in my life. He is, of course, Mr. Matt Westcott. How are you doing, sir?
All right, mate. All right, really nice to be here.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh,
been
man,
great.
no,
We were just
absolute
saying,
pleasure. Really pleased to be here.
Just been saying we're lockdown. We haven't seen each other for years, have we?
Oh, it's been crazy.
You know, normal life goes on, and then lockdown happens, and it all goes pear-shaped, doesn't it?
Well, it goes pear-shaped when you have kids anyway, doesn't it?
It certainly will.
In terms of your social
We'll chat
life,
about that as well.
Obviously, they're lovely.
First things first, mate. Can I get you a drink?
Oh, if you insist.
Gin and tonic or a beer?
Ooh, I think I'll have a gin and tonic if that's right, please, mate.
There's a man over my own heart, so let's get the gins made.
Thank you.
So, I'm just going to give you a little tip while we're doing this. My dad gave me this tip, actually. And
Jerry?
we very rarely have ice in the
How
house.
is he?
He's very good. He's hopefully watching, so a big shout out to my dad, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
What he does is he gets his lemons, he cuts them up,
Yeah.
puts them in the freezer,
Right.
turns them into ice cubes.
What a shout that is.
I know. And we've never got ice. In fact,
So that's where you and Nick get your creativity then, from your
well,
old man.
yeah, or alcoholism, one of the two.
A bit of both.
Hopefully Nicky's watching tonight, so shout out to him as well.
Hi, Nick.
Yeah, and we've got people on social media. I think quite a few of your fans watching as well, haven't we?
Oh, that'd be nice. Oh, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Who knows?
And you're going to be singing for us, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
fantastic.
and of course, as you just alluded to, lockdown's been strange. COVID has made it a whole new ball game. So yeah,
Sure
I've not played anything for a while. So I've got a couple of new things prepared for this evening.
So it's not true that you've given up live gigging then?
Well, I've got the same illness as you, Rich.
This is true, yeah.
Don't mind bringing it up. So I'm unable to be reliable enough to do, gigs sort of 2 or 3 times a week. Mm-hmm. So there is some truth in that rumour. Cheers, mate.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Welcome.
But I hope to do some gigs when we're back in it. I hope to find a nice sort of medium of what I can manage.
Yeah.
We'll
Talk a little bit about that later in the programme. But
sure.
First of all, we're going to just have a look. Should we have a look at what we're cooking for you tonight?
Yes, please.
Because I don't think you know, do you?
No.
So, what we're going to be cooking tonight is we've got some homemade carrot and orange soup.
Wow.
We've got a 30-day-old-age sirloin steak, which looks lush. I put a mushroom sauce down. I don't know whether you like mushrooms, so you've got a bit of a choice. You could have maybe a Dijon mustard sauce or a brandy sauce with that. We're going to do some big chips, big chips, and I'm going to do a double cook one. Haven't really, sort of done it before, but I'm going to make big ones, and we're going to do a double cook, and we're just going to see whether that works. It might fail miserably.
Absolutely lovely.
And then we're going to do a bit of sweet coleslaw if we've got time.
Lovely.
And we've got a couple of wines to look at as well.
If you insist.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This sounds really good, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'd be happy with a mushroom sauce. I'd be equally happy with a Dijon mustard. Yeah, whatever sauce do you think, mate? I'll go with your...
I'll tell you my favourite sauce. If I was making it for myself, it
Yeah.
would be a brandy and a Dijon mustard sauce. Because
Go on,
brandy
then.
just gives it the thing.
Go on, we'll
I'm
go
gonna,
with what you think.
I'm going to start off with... let's do our soup first. Now, I'm going to make a small soup now. Not for everybody. It's just going to be for me and you.
Right. Okay.
And this is a carrot and orange soup, guys. So I've got some carrots. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this little camera over here.
Right.
Because this, in actual fact, is a little phone.
Lovely setup you got here, by the way.
Thank you very much. This is a little phone that we plug in.
Right.
Now, I must admit, I've faked this a little bit because I've peeled my carrots already. I was a little bit bored when you arrived.
Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah. That's really nice. I'm glad I was such exciting company that you felt you could peel your carrots and have more fun.
Well, there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop these carrots down and I'm going to chop them down really, really small.
Okay.
So they cook really well. So I'm chopping them in quarters like that.
Right.
Now this recipe actually is my mum's recipe.
Is it?
It's probably nicked from Delia or something like that. But,
Right. Hi, Marie. I've not seen your parents for years.
You bought some what?
I've not seen your parents for years. Your dad's a music teacher, isn't he? Or he
Yeah,
was?
Dad was a music teacher he was in the RAF for 25 years first.
That's right.
as a musician, as a sax player, and then on to WESCOTT School for 25 years.
Yeah, because was he based at Locking?
He was indeed. Well, we were eventually based in Locking. I was born in Germany.
Like most of our families, he moved around a fair bit.
I was born in Germany. My brother was born in Singapore.
Wow.
I grew up in like an RAF base in Germany for about 6 years. Came to England when I was about 6.
Wow.
And one of my earliest memories actually was my dad was in a band called Opus 7, and they used to have a little crappy little organ, sort of, so big, and that's how I first started to play the piano.
Was it really?
Because one of the things that we haven't told you much yet, but Matt and I have actually got quite a lot in common. Both musicians, and we both suffer from an illness which I'm sure a lot of you haven't heard of, called ankylosing spondylitis, which is a quite debilitating illness. What it does, it attacks your immune system, and it tells your immune system to attack parts of your body. So in my particular case, it's gone for my hips. It said your hips are a bit knackered, Rich. Let's eat them away. Let's get rid of your hips. So that's me having 3 hip replacements. So I had 2 on this side, 1 on this side. You get another horrible thing called iritis, which is where your eye gets inflamed. If you don't get that treated straight away, you go blind. But for me, more than anything, it's an uncomfortable disease. It's that feeling of never ever being comfortable.
Well, yeah, it's just constant, isn't it? Yeah, but you get on with it, don't you, mate? It was nice to meet. So it sounds a bit weird, but it was nice to meet someone who got it.
Yeah,
and that was one of the sort of first things that it was the lady who is now your brother's good wife.
Oh right, yeah.
Who suggested that
Becky.
When I got diagnosed, suggested I ought to meet you. So yeah, that was kind of why we met.
And I don't remember that meeting, but you do. When we were setting up the show here today, you said, "Oh, I remember that." Can I just interrupt you? What I'm going to do is I've put some red onion, and some butter, quite a big bit of butter. And as everyone knows who's watched the show, I use the Longman's butter. That's not a very good pack of it, but
Yeovil, yeah.
This is a lovely butter from Yeovil. It is absolutely stunning.
My old man lives near Yeovil.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a nice. Oh, there we go. Look how orange that is.
Yeah, it does look really nice.
It's incredible. So I've put the onion in that. The onion is just to give us a bit of a base, really. Right. We're going to put our carrots in, and we're going to saute this up. Nice. Get some nice flavours in there first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that a stir around, put the lid on. And next thing I'm going to start doing my potato. So yeah, ankylosing spondylitis, it's obviously affected your playing.
Yeah, it has, yeah. I can't hit some of the notes that I used to hit because I'm sort of restricted.
So you just explain that, because I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
I know exactly.
Yeah. So my whole cage, my entire cage, I can't breathe like I used to breathe. I can't breathe as deep as I did. Let's not get too
depressed.
Yeah, let's not get too depressed for the good people at home. But I do think people could do with an understanding of how it is for some people. Like they say, some illnesses are invisible, and
I was just about to say that. That is one of the problems, isn't it?
They see you or I on a good day because that's the day when we're out. But
yeah. On the bad days when you're in bed all day.
Yeah, it's not happening.
I mean, I had, as I said to you, I had, because I haven't seen you for ages. I had I was 50 2 years ago.
Never.
Yeah. So I'm 52 now. And I had a hip replacement.
Don't look a day over 51. Mate.
Thank you very much. I had a hip replacement on the 19th of September. My birthday was on the 6th of October. And I had my hip replacement. And I've had 2 before, so I'm thinking, it's not a problem. I booked a massive job. We were going to go and film a massive job. We filmed drones flying over Manchester Airport. Really, really, really big job. And I think that was in November. So that was my target to get ready for that.
Gave yourself a monf?
I gave myself sort of 2 months.
Right-ish.
And in the middle of that was my 50th birthday. And that was an absolute nightmare. Came out of the operating theatre. They cut a nerve in my hip.
Oh, mate.
So I came out and literally, when I woke up, felt absolutely terrible. To the degree where, they don't normally let your spouses in, but Kathy was dragged in straight away, trying to talk me down. And it was, it was horrible. It was like, I want to die, I want to just put me out of misery.
Nerve pain.
It was that
There's
sort of,
nothing like nerve pain. Yeah.
They put a load of ketamine in me, most they could do. It was horrendous. And then off to my ward. And then I was all right. I sort of started doing some exercises, absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Came back home. Oh my God, just a nightmare for 2 months.
So did you make that job?
We did do the job, yeah. The doctor came up every single, fantastic doctor we've got in Banmore here.
Yeah.
He came up every single day to visit me.
Yeah.
Really good. He taught Kathy how to administer morphine and gave her morphine tablets and oral
I'll tell you what,
morph and all the
everyone
rest of
started
it.
appreciating the NHS, haven't they, this last year?
It was absolutely horrendous.
If you've got a chronic illness, you already appreciated them, right?
But as you say, let's get off this. I'm going to do your chips now, and we're going to do something a bit different. Right. So different. I've never actually done it before. So I'm going to do some fancy chips. You know when you you don't go to fancy restaurants, Matt, do you? But if you were to go to a fancy restaurant, you get like
once or twice.
So you get your chips, and they're double or triple cooked.
Right.
Now we've tried this at Cookbarn before. We've tried cooking our chips, and it sort of does work. I don't know whether it's worth the whole hassle. So we're gonna try it, and then you can tell me whether it's worth the hassle.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, I've cut these chips. You can see that on there. I've cut these chips really, really big, so they are quite large chips. One of the most important thing with chips is to get all the starch out of them. So we can get a colander, which we have here.
Can I do anything to help, by the way?
You can chat away. Well,
right, okay.
let me ask you a question. You're here for your music, Matt, and that's how I know you from.
Yep.
You said to me that we'd met with music.
Well, my memory of meeting you was you used to have a flat up the top of Graves Park.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's right.
And I rocked up, and you were playing. I don't know if this was set up, or I don't know if I remember it right, because I was in a rock and roll band at the time.
As I say to the kids, we lived a rock and roll lifestyle all our life, and I didn't remember everything.
Yeah. So my memory of it is I rocked up at your place, and you were playing Imagine by John Lennon on this piano.
Because I remember the piano we had at the time. It was a little baby grand, wasn't it? It was lush.
Yes. Yeah. I was going to say grand piano. But I thought I remembered it wrong. I think my memory is correct then.
It is.
Right. So you're playing Imagine. There's the high ceilings.
Yeah. Yeah.
So real nice acoustics.
Yeah.
And everyone's looking at me, and I'm like, what? And your brother's like elbowing me, going, well, you need to sing.
Go on, Matt, go on.
Yeah. I was like,
See, my brother is a born promoter, isn't he? He's just sort of like wants to promote everyone.
In Egypt, yeah. So I just I sang Imagine with you playing the piano before I'd even spoken to you. That's my memory of how it went.
Okay. See, I also have a memory of you coming up to a dinner party that we had in that same house. So I think obviously we did get on, and we had you up fairly soon afterwards.
Yeah, I do remember you and Kath having me up for some lovely food not long after that. Yeah.
And I can remember it was around about the time your
son
son
was
born.
We had a glass or two of wine in that evening as well.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was about the time your son was born.
Was it that long ago? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So about.
Because you had a newborn, I do remember.
Yeah. Oh, blimey. Yeah. Blimey. Yeah. So
getting back to the music. In fact, what we'll do is we'll just we'll do a little bit of this at the moment. So I'm going to stir this around. This is now got a bit of a fry on. So what I'm going to do is I've made up a stock
this is
there.
The carrots and the onion at the moment.
Just carrots and onion.
Just sautéing that.
I've made a stock up. This is a chicken stock.
Right. Okay.
Now, obviously this isn't going to be a vegetarian meal because it's got chicken stock in it. You don't have to use chicken stock. I use chicken stock because it just makes it a bit beefier.
We have quite a lot of vegetarian soups at home. I'd like to say I do the cooking, but I don't really, not very often.
Well, I think a lot of us during lockdown have changed our diets, haven't we? One of the things we have done is we've sort of looked at what we can get.
Yeah.
At the beginning of lockdown, if you remember, it was like quite difficult to get hold of anything. Yeah. So a lot of people have sort of looked at what they look. They've had time. You've been able to stand back and reflect on stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, I think there's some of that. Also, my lovely partner Catherine.
Do you have a shout out to Catherine?
Another thing we got in common.
Shout out to Catherine, because she's watching.
A beautiful partner.
Just say hello.
Maybe, but she's probably putting Iris to bed at the minute.
Is she?
Our little 3-year-old. So,
Oh, okay.
I don't know, maybe.
All right.
But she'll certainly watch it on YouTube.
We'll say hello anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, Catherine. Hi, Iris, as well. I met you today.
Yeah.
Like your shoes. Very nice
cute.
shoes. She's very cute.
Yeah, so Catherine was a vegetarian when I met her.
Okay.
And so, and she's quite into nutrition.
Yeah.
So we do eat vegetarian maybe 3 or 4 times a week. Some lovely vegetarian foods, not just soups, but what's one she does? She does like a sweet potato and kale curry.
Very nice.
Yeah,
well, you were
it's
saying to me earlier,
beautiful.
you grow squashes, don't you?
Well, I say I grow squashes. No, to be honest with you, I watch. Yeah, Kath and Iris grow squashes. All sorts, tomatoes, strawberries, potatoes at the moment, onions, garlic. Yeah, a big herb garden we got.
Lovely,
back.
yeah. Do you know herbs?
Yeah,
herbs
I've
are.
not had a huge amount of involvement in that. I kind of tend to sit in the music room, preparing lessons and writing songs.
Well, let's talk about that.
Life, really.
Let's talk about that first, because one of the things I must admit, you know, obviously we do a bit of research on the show.
Yep.
Well, 5 minutes of it anyway.
Yeah.
One of the things, so I had a look on your YouTube channel. There are 1,000 videos there of chords, how to do this, how to strum up, how to strum down.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic resource.
Okay, so that was a lockdown thing. So I was doing lessons online. So probably 80% of my student base is through Music Makers Academy.
Okay.
Based in Wirral.
So let's just explain to everybody a minute. So Matt started off as a musician.
Yep.
Lots and lots of gigs, which is sort of how we know each other. Went on to teaching music.
Yep.
Now much more involved. In fact, you said to me you had your first grade 8 student. Which is incredible.
Young lady of mine is about to submit her grade 8 because now they're doing recorded exams because of lockdown. They're not doing face-to-face exams. They have to record themselves doing their pieces, their technical work, etc., etc. And she's got a musical knowledge video to do, and then she's set to upload it. She's done absolutely brilliant. Blackbird by the Beatles was one of her grade 8 pieces.
Fabulous.
So that's pretty cool.
Right, I'm going to swap over. I'm going to interrupt you a second, Matt.
Yeah, sure.
Should we do some music in a second? Do you want to prepare yourself while I have a chat about what we're doing? So what we've got here at the moment, we've got our carrots and our onions boiling away in some beef stock. I basically need those carrots to be nice and cooked through, and then we're going to whiz that up. We've got our potatoes in here. Now, this is, as I say, this is a bit of an experiment. I'm boiling these potatoes up. We're going to deep fry them. We're going to see how it goes. Matt's going to tell us. We've got a pan ready for our sauce that I'm going to make, which we're going to do. In fact, I'm probably going to make that in the make the sauce in the same pan as I do my steak. What else do I need to do at this point? Probably start on the coleslaw. So I'm going to make a sweet coleslaw for Matt because he's a sweet lad. So I've got myself some white cabbage here. This is really, really easy. It astounds me. I thought to myself, shall I show people how to make coleslaw? And I thought, no, I'm not, because everyone knows how to make coleslaw. But in actual fact, I've never been to a good barbecue where I've had a nice coleslaw. So here we go. So what we're doing, we've got white cabbage. Really got to be white cabbage. Don't use red cabbage because it's very, very bitter. Get my cabbage. I'm going to chop that up. We're going to get ourselves a little dish out. One of these, I think. Oh, sorry about the noise there. All right, you need to keep this long. You need to keep this nice and long. We've then got a carrot and an onion. So I'm going to get the onion and I'm going to slice that up as well. And again, nice and long as well. Do I need to move the camera, Kath, so you can see this a little bit over here? There we go. So we've got some carrot in, we've got some white cabbage in there, we've got some onion. We're going to get a carrot and we're just going to quickly peel that. This is the only one I didn't peel in preparation, of course. So we're going to peel that through and I think Matt's ready to go. Are we ready to go in the gallery with this? So, while I carry on with cooking the meal for Matt, can we change shot? Thank you very much. So that's all right. That's all right, Kath. Were you sipping a gin and tonic at the time? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Other camera. So we're going to. I'm going to be cooking I'm going to be doing my coleslaw. In fact, just before Matt does that, I'm going to come over here and just grab an apple. I'll tell you why later. So let's hear it. So what's the first song then, Matt? Tell us about it.
A song called "Nice to Meet You."
Right. Is this one you've written through lockdown or?
No, this is one I wrote. I co-wrote with a guy called Ethan Mensa online.
All right. Do you know Ethan Mensa?
Only through meeting him in an A&R project online. I was writing for a company looking to sell some songs.
Yeah.
Didn't sell a sausage, but had some great experiences, and this is one of the tunes.
I met Ethan.
Yeah.
Well, let's take it away. It's Matt Westcott.
Don't tell me, 'cause I will just forget that feeling when the sun goes up in my head. It takes over and sets my spirit free. If you show me, I'll remember who I used to be. 'Cause I've been having a laugh while I've been taking a bath with a drink. But then the radio played another tune and it made me think. It's nice to meet you again. It's nice to make your reacquaintance. You've been here all along, singing all the words wrong and off key. Have I been fast asleep? To show me, 'cause I won't remember it right. That moments when I ruin it out of spite. Well, it's in me, so what am I trying to say? No, don't show me, 'cause I'm gonna take it away. And all the dreams that I had, many made me go mad at the start. Before I ran right away, but the music still stayed in my heart. Well, it's nice to meet you again. It's nice to make your reacquaintance. You've been here all along, singing all the words wrong and off key. Have I been fast asleep? Guide me, baby, help me understand the mysteries and fantasies where this might land. Guide me, darling, help me understand. Don't tell me, don't show me, don't tell me, don't show me.
Fabulous, mate. Fabulous.
Cheers. Thank you.
When did you write that?
Say again?
When did you write that?
Probably about 2 years ago now, but I've never played it live.
First time.
Yeah. So I recorded it. I recorded a demo of it, but I've never played it live. Yeah, like I say, that was a strange experience, sort of just writing online. And so Ethan was in, I think Ethan was in California.
Really?
And so, I don't know how many, so we started writing at hour 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And it was sort of sunlight, so we were on Skype. And we had kind of briefs. So this company that we were working for at the time, we had briefs. Yeah, so they'd say, "Oh, can you write a song?" They give us a theme. So that one, I can't remember the theme.
And what did he do? He wrote.
He co-wrote. So that wasn't. That's one of the few tunes in my life where I've not been a complete dictator.
I can't, because I've written co-written songs with people before, and I can't quite work out how you do that online, because you sit down and you play a chord, oh no, what about that chord?
Yeah, exactly the same.
It was like that, was it?
Yeah, it's exactly
so it was in
the
real
same.
time and.
Yeah, it was in real time. Yeah, it was a strange experience, but a really good experience.
Wow.
He's a fantastic writer. Ethan Menser. I can't remember the name of his band. So he was in a band. They sounded a little bit like. Who are those guys who did Maroon 5?
Oh, I love
They sound a bit like Maroon 5, but not like Maroon 5 with all the production on.
Yeah.
Maroon 5 when they first came out, when they were a band.
Yeah.
And they sounded a bit like that. Very Beatles influenced.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really good band. If I could remember the name of them.
I'm just going to interrupt you. I'm going to take the chips off. I've sort of boiled them for a little bit. They've boiled.
Right.
This is all a little bit made up. Oh, there we go. So we've got those.
See, I won't be any good at this, Rich. So you're doing a soup and these double cooked chips at the same time.
We are. And while you were singing,
I'd have lost it by now.
While you were singing, I made a coleslaw, which I don't know if
never.
you can see that on that cam.
Wow.
So what I've done while you were singing is I've grated some carrot into that.
Yeah.
We've got the onion and we've got the
White cabbage.
What I'm going to do to make this sweet, which is my little secret. Now, if I can find my grater, there's my graters in here. I've got an apple. And I'm going to grate an apple into it. And you do this at the sort of last minute, really.
Why?
Because when I make coleslaw normally, there's a fair amount of salt and pepper goes in it.
We do quite a lot of barbecues. I can see this. I can see Kath really getting into this.
This is
As in my
really,
Kath,
really
not your
lush.
Kath.
Right, squirt of black pepper, of course.
Right.
Squirt of salt. So a little bit of salt in there.
Homemade's so much better than bought, isn't it?
Oh, it's a different thing, isn't it? Little squidge of lemon in there.
I can't pretend for 1 minute I've made my own coleslaw before.
Have you never made a coleslaw
No,
before?
I don't think so. Maybe at school, actually. Maybe for GCSE cookery.
What, 35 years ago?
Yeah, something like that, Rich. Yeah.
No,
Not quite as long as that for me, actually, mate. No offence.
I'm sure it is. I don't know, yeah. You're a little bit younger than me, aren't you? I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's the grey hair,
about
Matt.
10 years younger. Yeah, I know, mate.
So what I'm going to do, I'll just put a little bit of mayonnaise in that.
Right.
I'm going to give you another little tip that I do, which I've completely forgotten about, which is a little squirt of this stuff. Can we see that on that cam?
Yeah, love salad cream.
Do you know what it is?
Again, it sweetens it up a bit, right?
It sweetens it up. It gives it a little bit of, I don't know what the word is, but loosens it up a little bit. Liquidity?
Okay, yeah.
Liquidity. And it's also because...
It liquidises it.
Well, it's also because it's got a bit of vinegar in there. It gives it that sort of sharpness to it. Now, I would normally put a spoonful, when I do coleslaw, I'd normally put a spoonful of sugar in this, but I don't think we're going to need it.
Not with the apple and the salad cream.
So,
Nice.
so we got that done. But what are we doing next, Matt?
Wow, that's lovely.
We've got the coleslaw.
You were on about the YouTube channel.
Oh, yes, yeah.
As a music teacher in lockdown, we had to go online.
Yeah.
So I was doing these sort of Zoom sessions with these kids, or not just kids, some adults too. And I was really grateful that people stuck with me through Zoom. Through lockdown. And so I kind of felt like I should do. That's where the YouTube channel came about. I was doing some sort of post lesson this is how you do what we were talking about today, and then send them a link to the. It didn't start as a YouTube channel. It just started with me doing little videos on my phone and sending it to individual students. But then as things progress, you suddenly think, hang on a minute.
Because you've got quite a few students, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I mean, I lost about 16 during lockdown.
Did you?
Some adults, some sort of older people who just didn't want to come online, but also some kids whose parents lost their jobs and things like that, Rich.
Yeah.
And so music lessons could be the last thing that you're going to want to pay for.
Exactly.
You just lost your job. So no one, and some kids it had run their course anyway, and so it is what it is. But same with everyone else.
But you were talking about you had a grade 8 student. We were talking about.
I think in some ways she's better than me.
Well, this is what we were talking about in the car, wasn't it? I can remember my dad saying to me, "I've got the student, and she's a really good clarinet player," and he went, "She's a little bit better than me."
Yeah.
But actually, what you're teaching is experience, isn't it, as well?
Yeah. When I say she's better than me, I mean without being big-headed, I don't think she could probably gig like I do, or like you say, those experiences. But in terms of playing her grade 8 pieces that she's just played, she's better than I am. Well done to her. She's an absolute star.
Did she get good mark?
I'm really proud of her because I taught her from preliminary grade, so pre-grade 1 all the way to, I think she was about 8 when she started, and she's just started college now. She's in her first year of college and she's doing a grade 8. So that's been a really fantastic journey. And
when did you start teaching her?
Well, like I say, she was 8, so probably 9.
So like
9 years
from the
ago.
beginning.
Yeah, so 9 years ago. Yeah.
Well, that's a real massive achievement, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, she's done amazing.
There's one thing doing stuff on your own and doing your own stuff, but actually,
you mean an amazing
influencing someone else's life is pretty cool.
I guess so. I'd like to think I was pretty good at teaching.
I'm not coming towards you with a big knife for any other reason than to cut my head.
I think it's an amazing achievement by her, to be honest, rather than me. I mean, why?
Yeah.
Do your grade 8 at like 17 on guitar.
So let's go back to Matt Westcott. When did you learn the guitar? And how did that come about?
I learned the guitar. We're going to go back to AS here, mate. So I left Western for a while and went to live with my dear mother in St George in Bristol. And I'd been in guitar bands. I'd fronted guitar bands as a singer, and I'd written songs because I got a good ear, and I'd done A-level music and stuff like that. I'd gone, you use C sharp minor next after the E, and they're like, how the hell are you telling me that when you're not even playing it?
Have you got perfect pitch?
I haven't got perfect pitch, no, but I've got.
Did you have perfect pitch when you were younger?
No, I don't think so. I think what I've got is relative pitch.
Yeah. Okay.
If you play the first chord to me, I can tell you where you're going with the next one and then the next one after that.
And do you have the capability? It's one thing I always have a chat with my dad about. My dad's this incredible musician, can sight read anything.
Yeah, brilliant.
Pit orchestra goes in there, sight reads, the most incredibly complex stuff.
Yeah.
But actually, start playing a few jazz chords, and he's a bit stuck on where to go. And he knows he knows the progressions of music. He knows all that stuff. And it's really weird. I don't know if I have now, but I used to have perfect pitch, so I could, basically what perfect pitch means is you can sing an A. So if someone says, what's an A? An A. Oh, here we go. A. See, I haven't got perfect pitch anymore. I've lost it.
Yeah, you were a little bit out there.
What was that? An F, was
you
it?
were a third out, yeah. You were, it was an F.
Okay. Maybe I can go. I don't know. But yeah, I used to have perfect pitch. Having said that, it was still a real chore. I mean, I played in a couple of bands, quite a few bands.
Yeah.
I still have to read. I still have to read those chord sequences. I don't know where they're going next. I can't.
Right.
I played in a Madness tribute band over in Spain.
Right, that was fun.
Oh, the most complicated band I've ever played in my life.
Really? Yeah.
Everything's in 5 sharps on piano.
Yeah.
Because I think they've done it for sax.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is.
It's
a lot less stuff
really,
to E
really complicated.
And B
Yeah.
and F sharp. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, I'm being told I'm
good
going to
band, actually, Madness. They're underrated as musicians, I think.
They are. Having said that, have you watched them live?
I don't think they were all that live, were they, at the beginning?
No.
But I tell you what, live now they're really good.
Are they?
I watched them recently, and it was, because I was surprised at how good they were. Yeah, it was during lockdown. So they got together as a bubble and were playing in a room, and they were white hot. Oh. Yeah. So as they got older, they've obviously improved.
Maybe not on stages anymore. Going back to the dinner, it's now we've now got. I don't know if you can see that on the overhead, but we've boiled that down. So that really is just onion, carrot, some stock, and I'm going to liquidize it now. Hopefully, I'm going to liquidize it. I don't know if you can see that in the overhead at all. There we go. I do like to keep a couple of lumps in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, not especially for you.
Nice.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to. Do you want to go and set up for your next song?
Okay,
I'm just going to tell everyone what we do for this next because the final bit of it. So we need for the final. This is an orange and carrot soup. So the final bit of it, we're going to put a good old squeeze of orange in there. And that's probably about a quarter of a squeeze of orange, and I'm going to put a little bit of zest in there. So I'm using that side of the grater. I'm going to put some zest in that. And then you probably have noticed.
It smells delicious, Rich.
It does smell nice, doesn't it? You probably have noticed I haven't put any salt and pepper in this, so I'm going to put a bit of a squirt of salt in it. Now I'm going to just show you something that I use. I'm going to show you on this little camera a minute here. Now this is called Maggi. Have you ever seen that before? Maggi liquid seasoning. You see that?
No, I've not. No.
This is basically if you imagine like OXO cube that's been liquidized.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of, but it's vegetarian. So right. It's iodized. I can't even say that. Hydrolyzed vegetable protein, water, wheat, protein, salt, and a bit of monosodium glutamate and some sugar and salt. So it's basically a little bad things in a bottle. Give it a couple of squirts in there, and it just make everything taste nicer. And we're going to put some pepper in that, and I'm going to serve that up for you after we've heard Matt's song, and we're going to go over to Matt. What's this one called, buddy?
So this is a song called So Confused. It's from back in the day.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is this the one that everyone's been asking for? Because we got some good shout outs. We got Renelle, good friend of mine, Renelle. She's saying so good, and a nice clap. We got Ellie saying nice to see you, Matt. We've got Sophie. Hiya, Soph. How you doing? Good evening, Funsters. She says. We got Ian saying evening all. Can we see these? Have we got a little feed going on? Look, we got Ian Mouse. Evening all.
Oh, yeah, Mouse.
All right, Mouse. Is he a friend of yours?
Yeah. I went to school with Mouse. Yeah, I think I might have played football with him a little bit as well.
Do it yourself.
At some point, yeah.
Excellent.
Thanks for tuning in, mate.
Thanks, Sophie, for watching. So I think Sophie's our greatest fan. You know Sophie, don't you?
I've seen her on your stuff. Yeah, that's really good. It's really nice that you got people that tune in all the time, isn't it? Yeah, I hope they enjoy what we're doing this evening.
Excellent. Right, so let's take it away, Matt.
So it's a song called So Confused. There's a reason for the sadness, explodes from inside me today. Hang out among the shadows, dismayed 'cause I'm down here to stay. So confused, I'm so confused. These memories, they cling to me and won't fly away. There's no need for all the questions. Eat my mind like a fatal disease. Hate the past now with a passion. All I know is I wanna believe. So so confused, these memories stay, cling to me and won't fly away. Such a lonely feeling, no one understands. Such a lonely feeling. Is this really happening? Whoa, so confused and so confused, these memories stay, cling to me, a voice inside she sings to me and won't fly away. Fly away. Fly away. Fly away. Oh, fly away.
Fabulous, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Fabulous. I recognise that song.
Yeah, that song's got a lot of stories to tell, mate. I won a Songwriters Award for that song from Paramount Entertainment Group.
Really?
Yeah, and it's up in my music room now, so my students can see it.
So you're an award-winning songwriter?
I am officially an award-winning songwriter.
I do tell everyone I'm an award-winning TV producer because I won a very small award when I ran a channel in Spain.
Yeah, when the time's right, you've got to dig out your awards, right?
Yeah,
so yeah, that's nice. And what else? So I recorded that song with the band I was in, The Scour.
Oh yeah.
At J&J Studios in Bristol. And guess who recorded us, Rich? Jim Barr from Portishead.
Really?
The bass player from Portishead, yeah. And he was.
What studio was it?
He's been J&J Studios, yeah, in Easton.
I did that. I went up to a studio in Easton. It may be the same studio. Many years ago, did a thing called Music Zone, a sort of pilot for a Channel 4 thing.
Right.
And we had Portishead had one of the studios there. And
It would be the same place then, yeah.
Was it Moby? Is he a Bristol?
No, maybe he's American, but I think he did do quite a lot of stuff in Bristol, yeah.
Because there was a guy down there who was pretty big. I'm going to serve the soup out for you, so you can.
Oh,
so
beautiful!
Because I know we've had quite a few drinks, and I'm going to.
What do you mean, quite a few drinks?
So I'm going to pull this out. So just everyone at home, very quickly. I've boiled up a carrot, basically.
Yeah.
Boiled up. Sorry, no. Let's start again.
I
sautéed a carrot and an onion in some butter.
Yeah.
We added some stock to it. We boiled it up. We've liquidised it. We've added some orange. We've added some salt and pepper.
Beautiful.
We're now going to put a little swirl of cream in. Like that. And actually what you do is you get your teaspoon and you just do that a little bit.
So is it common to dip that lovely bread in the soup? Or, should I be doing that?
Is it common, can you do it? Or is it?
Yeah.
So there we go, my friend.
Because that's like the first thing I would do if I was served soup.
Thank you so much.
Thank
there
you.
we go.
Oh, lovely.
So we're going to get on with our next offering. Let's put some gas on. So the steak. All right, let's have a look at this boy. Yeah, let's not cut the matty. So, right, here's our steak. Now, let's talk about steak. I'm going to take it over to the little cam, so you can just have a big look at this steak because it is rather lush. So if you can see that. So what we're looking for when we buy a steak is the marbling. We're looking for the white little bits in there because they're just gonna fall apart and make the steak nicer. We're also looking for that nice bit of fat on there. I don't know if you can see that fat. That's a big old bit of fat. And on the back, you can see the size of that. That's lovely. That's just a sirloin, okay? what we're going to do with this, I'm going to stick it on the log. I'm going to tenderize it a little bit. So I'm going to get my hammer out, give it a bit of a bash. This isn't to make the steak go more, but this is just to tenderize it a little bit. It's basically putting some holes in it. All right. Most important thing we need to do now, we need to check what temperature our fat's on, because we don't want a fire in here, because that would be disaster. And it's very, very high. So we're going to turn that down. We're going to get some salt. How's that soup tasting, Matt?
Pucker. Mate, this is absolutely lovely.
Is that all right?
Really, really nice soup, yeah. Yeah.
Now, one of the things with steak is people just don't put enough salt in it, and I use this rock salt, and you really need to give it a good old salting. And then some pepper on the top of it. My pan is, oh yeah, I can see it. I don't know if you can see that on the overhead, but that pan is, oh, that pan is sizzling away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the soup, because I'm having that later. Okay, now we've got a sizzling pan here, and this is going to go into the pan, straight hot. Are you ready for this? Yeah, there we go. Now, secret of cooking a steak, do not move it. We don't want to move that now, we want to keep that there. However tempted we are to move it, that's not. And we're going to season the top of it. So we've got some salt going on that. We've got some pepper. And we're going to move that out of the way. And then we're going to get some herbs in there. So I've got a random green pepper that I bought. That's just going to go in there. Let's chuck a couple of garlic in there as well. So just going to literally whack out a couple of garlic like that. There's no, doesn't matter.
There's just a little hint of orange in this soup.
There is, yeah. Does it need a bit more of a hint?
No. It's perfect.
That's good, is it?
No, yeah.
So we've got the steak going. I'm going to get the plate out, ready to plate up.
No, I wondered if the orange was going to work. I wouldn't have said if it hadn't, but I'm telling you it does.
Do you know what? When you go to the supermarket and you buy a soup, it tends to be coriander, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like carrot and coriander. Yeah.
And I do like coriander, but it just sort of seems a little bit... Now, this steak is a big old steak, and lots of people have asked me, these thousands of subscribers that we've got on YouTube and Facebook have asked me, how do you cook a steak properly rich? And the only way of doing it really is by using one of these boys. So I'm going to show you this on the little close-up cam. I don't know if you can see that, Cam. That is a meat thermometer. So I know that a steak needs to be cooked, you've asked for it medium rare. I know the steak needs to be cooked to 145 degrees for it to be medium rare.
Right, okay.
So I could put this thermometer in at any point. So I'll show you now. So we'll turn it on. Okay, we're going to put the steak in. Okay, we're on 81 degrees.
You were saying about us sort of some of us changing our sort of eating habits during lockdown or maybe even before that, sort of being a little bit more conscious about maybe eating a bit less meat and stuff like that. And I know I am. I sort of probably, as I was saying earlier, I probably eat sort of 3 or 4 vegetarian mains a week. And that then enables me, if we're eating red meat, which maybe we eat once a week, maybe once a fortnight, to get a really nice piece of red meat. Well,
you've taken the words out of my mouth, Matt, because basically what we try and do at Cookbarn, we do some vegetarian. We've got a fantastic vegetarian chef, Lisa Marie, who comes in, and the stuff she cooks, we obviously eat afterwards. I'm not a great vegetarian. I do like meat, but the stuff that she cooks is absolutely fantastic. And as you say, a couple of times a week, slipping that into your diet, you know, it can only be good, you know. And this is a lovely piece of meat. It's not the sort of thing you're going to want to eat every day, you know. It's but I don't know if you can see that, Kath, on the overhead. That is just looking. And I'm going to turn it now, so you're ready for this. So what we're doing is we're basically sealing it. Now you can see from the top of that steak, that is now sealed. We're going to seal the back of it. I'm going to seal around here. And then what we're going to do with the steak, which a lot of people don't do, is we're going to carve it really nicely, right? Instead of just banging it on the plate.
Yeah.
How's our social media going? Have we got loads of people talking to us? We have, but we didn't know how to put it on. Okay, I can see from here. Well, put it on. Let's see what happens if it all goes pear shaped. Oh, we've got Ian saying evening all again. No, I think it should just do it in 30 minutes. In
Do
30
you want me to
seconds.
go and read from the laptop over there?
We could get Matt the laptop. Should we get Matt the laptop? If you just unplug it there from there, Matt.
Say again?
Yeah. Just unplug it. You take it with you.
We got Luce saying, "Do it. You can't not."
All right, Lucy. Alex there with you. How you doing, guys? Need to come over soon.
We got Julia. Julia saying the steak looks fantastic and that she loved the song. Thanks, Julia. Mouse is back on. He's saying the steak is making me hungry and he's just eaten. Dax. Do you know Dax? Dax is a mate of mine. What meat thermometer do you use? The one we bought was cheap and rubbish.
Well,
So he'd like to know a little
I'll
bit
tell you
more
what it
about
is.
what
I'll
you're
show you on
using there,
that.
Rich.
This was a 12 quid buy from Amazon. I bought it from a pizza oven. And it's fantastic. It's a nice bit of kit.
There you go, Dax.
Right, what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at, our heat thermometer is saying 200 degrees, which is great. So we're going to put these chips in. Hopefully we're not going to start a fire. No, we're not. That's good.
I finished all my soup, Rich. It was
Have you,
lovely.
mate? Shall I take that away?
I can do that.
You can do that.
Yeah.
The waiting staff here are terrible.
Do you want me to do a bit of washing up or something?
Would you mind?
No, of course not.
Chuck it in the dishwasher. So we're going to go back over to our steak again. We're going to have a look at this. I'm going to stick the thermometer in there. What we at? We're at 92 degrees. So what I'm going to do with the steak now, Matt, is honestly, you don't have to put it in the dishwasher.
No, that's fine. I can do it.
See, we invite our friends here and they do the washing up as well.
Well, very nice to be cooked for. Well, not that I'm not.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We can see Matt.
I'm very often
putting
cooked
stuff
for, but
in.
that's usually by my good lady. Do you want me to wash some of the pans up and stuff?
No, don't worry about washing the pans up, mate. Come and sit
Sure.
down and chat to us.
All right.
So I'm going to oh, can you close the dishwasher up?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Director's nagging at me. Right, I reckon we've got another song in, mate.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to turn this down. I'm just going to tell everyone what we're doing. Oh, we've got to do some wine tasting.
Oh.
I don't know where the time goes. It's 10 to 8, mate.
Well, what do you want me to do, mate? Do you want me to have a
Come
bit
and
of
sit down,
wine
drink some
or
wine.
sing?
Yeah.
Or both?
I got 2 wines.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll just double check my guitars and tune.
Okay. That's all right. Just anyone at home, just talk amongst yourselves. We're just we're clearing up. We're plating as we go. Right. Let me tell you about these wines. So, popped down to Sainsbury's this morning. Knew Matt was coming. Though he likes a nice drop of Rioja. This is the first one I've got. So this is how do we pronounce that, Kath? Vienedos Bajehuelo. Bajehuelo. It's a Rioja. It's a Crianza, which means it's an early grape. This cost me £6.50 in Sainsbury's. But what they also had was this, which is their Sainsbury's house wine, which is a Rioja house by Sainsbury's. And this was £5. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have a glass of the £5 one first. See what's the best. Right, there we go, mate. What do you think of that?
So this is the slightly cheaper
This
one,
is the
right?
slightly cheaper. This is the £5 one. Thanks for coming, Betty.
This is the house wine. Cheers.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, you too.
So this is the Sainsbury's house, £5. Bloody hell, that's amazing.
That's really nice.
That is really, really good. That is so smooth. I'm going to show you again.
Let's see that one again. Yeah, I think people might want to get on that.
Yeah.
So if you're at Music Makers on a Thursday and you're waiting for your kid to finish their lesson, you might want to pop round to Sainsbury's and grab one of them.
What, for you?
Well, if you want.
That's a fiver. That is lush. Absolutely lush. I'm going to give
good.
my chips a little bit of a wiggle round. Okay, chips are doing well. I'm hoping with these chips they're going to be really, really soft in the middle and crispy on the outside. I'm also going to turn my steak over. And let's taste the other one. Now this one That's the unpronounceable Vendinos, Barrijo. Yeah, thanks, Kath. This is the Rioja. It's about, I think it's the same year. Hasn't got a year on the front. So let's try. So this was £6.50. So this is £1.50 more expensive.
Okay.
All right. And what we want to try and do is have a look at that.
So as a percentage,
It's quite a lot, yeah. It's about 20% more, isn't it? Cheers.
so is this 20% better than the lovely wine you just served me?
Yes.
There's more flavours in that, isn't there?
It's deeper, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not going to pretend for 1 minute I'm a wine connoisseur because I'm not. But there are more flavours in that. It tastes like some berries in that.
I'll tell you a very, very funny quick story. I was running a TV channel in Spain. Let's do a thermometer test on that. Running a TV channel in Spain, and one of the first shoots we did was a wine tasting shoot with a new talent called Francis Butler, who was a guy I sort of discovered in Spain. Fantastic guy, used to own a fantastic restaurant.
Right.
And he took us to a wine cellar, and we grabbed a load of wine. We then had some steak. And one of the things he said to me is, he said, you must, when you eat steak with a nice red wine, he said, get the steak in your mouth, chew it. While the steak's in your mouth, take a glug of wine.
Wash it down.
And he said, the difference in taste. And I've sort of never done that.
I think we might be doing that in a bit then, mate, eh?
It is lush. Right, I'm just going to tell everyone very, very quickly what I'm going to do, because I'm going to take this piece of meat out. As everyone knows, at Cookbarn, we rest meat for as long as we cook it. Now, that's not going to be possible today because we've only got about 4 minutes of the show left. So I'm going to take the steak out. I'm going to get it on our pan and I'm going to rest it. Our chips are ready to come out. But in the meanwhile, we're going to hand over to Matt Westcott for his third song. What's this one about, Matt?
So this song hasn't got a title. It's a song I wrote during lockdown.
Okay. Can we ask people to suggest a title, maybe?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Anyone that wants to suggest a title, give us a shout. Take it away, bud.
If this is a dream, wake me up, for I have seen a light and wanna shine it over you. Echoes of the sun, the thoughts and words of everyone, but no one saying anything that's new. I am so afraid of everyone who's not awake, and all the things they think they gotta do. Demons deep inside, conjured up, controlled by lies, brought to life by little bits of truth. Oh, don't blame me for those things I said, 'cause I've been brainwashed too, you see, by half the things that I have read, and most of what I've seen. I question all that I have had, I'm not sure what it means. I'm still searching for the answers, just like you. Like you, just like you, like you, I'm just like you. But don't blame me for those things I said, 'cause I've been brainwashed too, you see, by half the things that I have read, most of what I've seen. I question all that I have had, not sure what it means. I'm still searching for the answers like you. Like you. Just like you. If this is a dream, wake me up, for I have seen a light and wanna shine it over you.
Fabulous, Mr. W.
Thank you.
Is it difficult to write songs?
It's
Do you
difficult,
need the
difficult to finish
inspiration?
songs. It's difficult to finish songs. Nah, the inspiration bit, if you're that way inclined, then that's the easy bit. You know, when like a little hook comes to you, and putting some chords around that, and whether it be a lyrical hook or a melodic hook, that bit's the easy bit, mate. The laborious bit is putting it into a 3-4 minute thing.
Do the words
you know,
come easy?
the second verse.
Yeah.
You know, the first verse might be the inspiration. You're like, yeah, man. Like that one. I don't know. What was it? If this is a dream. Like I think that was about lockdown. You know, is this a dream? Like we've got the government telling us that we can't go to work. We can't. Is this real? Is this real?
I think many of us thought that for a long time.
And I was quite proud of that. You know, echoes around the sun, the thoughts and words of everyone. And I was like, I'm done. This is it. But that's not enough, is it? That's not a whole song. So then you got to come up with a second verse. Yeah. No, it's not easy.
And that's where
it's not easy. You've got.
It's not easy, is it?
I've got 300-400 song ideas kicking around in a folder at home. And I've got about 12 of them that I've finished.
Do you know what? I've sort of written a few songs when I was younger, and I found that it was the only thing that sort of helped me with the lyrics. I had a great guy, unfortunately dead now, Steve Woods, who used to write lyrics for me. But it was that unless I had that teenage angst going on.
Yeah.
Do you know? Like now I've got no teenage angst. I'm happily married with 3 kids and business and
I know
all the rest of it. And I'm quite happy. There's
Yeah.
I could write a nice happy song. I'm not sure I could write a sad one.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so sometimes, I don't know if we'll have time to play it tonight, which is a little bit of a shame, because I've written a song called Kinetic, which was sort of...
Is that an old song?
Yeah, it is an old song.
Because I remember filming.
Yeah.
Before we
That's right, yeah.
I know we're well over time, but can I just play a little video? So this is something that I filmed.
Okay, yeah.
For you guys,
oh, really?
when you were in a band called Tremor.
Oh yeah. Go on.
Just quickly tell us. So you were in a band with my.
So where was this? Because you filmed different
This was opposite the Odeon.
Oh yeah, that was it. Like a Greek restaurant, stroke bar. Yeah. Oh blimey.
So you played with Tremor, which.
So that was not long after Jensen was born. My
no.
Lad. So
it was 11 years ago. It was 11 years ago.
11 and a half years ago.
Yeah.
Blimey. Okay, yeah. So that incarnation of Tremor was your nephew Alex on the drums.
Yeah.
The lad who is currently in a band with, the Sunday Affair.
Yeah.
Simon Bidwell, who has been in most of my bands.
On bass.
Was on bass. Yeah. Yeah.
Great bass player.
Yeah, he's a good bass player. Yeah, and of course Russ Barnes on guitar. Now Russ is a good man. Russ is like you. I could not in terms of I could not see him for a couple of years, a few years, and I know it would be the same as it was. Russ and I really hit it off.
Yeah.
We had a similar sort of mindset about our music and about what we wanted to achieve. We did some great gigs in that band. We supported Razorlight.
And you went on to
Alabama 3
with the band. You went on to play big gigs in London. It was the part of a competition.
That's what I mean. The gig with the guys from Razorlight was that was at a place called Brixton Jam. That's a hell of a venue.
Very sticky.
Absolutely brilliant. It was like Brixton's version of the Fleece and Firkin. Yeah, so it held like 500 people or something, and it was rammed. As you can imagine, Razorlight are headlining. 500 people.
Were you backstage with them? Was it like just really cooler than school, was it?
Yeah, and backstage with, I'll tell you who we were backstage with was, did a gig at the same place as a band called Trio Velour, which was...
Trio Velour.
Yeah, it was the drummer, Paul Weller's drummer, Steve White.
Yeah.
Ocean Colour Scene's bass player, Damon Minchella, and then that's who we were backstage with. I had a beer and whatever else with...
and they're just normal guys, aren't they? That's the funny thing about it all.
But an immense musician, an immense musician, and a lovely bloke as well, because they had they had Iggy Pop's keyboard player as well. So a brilliant trio, just instrumentals. Wow.
Let's have a look. You're not going to be able to hear this, but people at home will hear it. Let's have a look at a Matt. I think it was 11 years ago. This was Tremor, a band called Tremor, 11 years ago in Weston-super-Mare. Let's have a look at it, Kath.
Circles in the sand. Maybe tonight you'll understand. I feel the sun in spite of you. Right now tomorrow pulls me through. I'm not alone, I feel this way. I'm not alone, I feel this way. I'm not alone, I feel this way, yeah. This way.
Wow.
How young were you there, Matt?
Oh, no, mate. Wow, those were the days.
Well, I tell you what,
I think it was snowing that night.
Yeah, it was.
Because I remember driving over from Barrow, where I was living, I was married at the time, to Jensen's mum. And driving over, yeah, you filmed it. What a cracking job!
And I can remember it was snowing because I remember going out for a fag afterwards, and it was just started snowing, I think, hadn't it? It was quite sort of.
Well, I don't know. It was snowing on the way over and all, or maybe it was snowing in Barrow as I was driving over or something. I don't know. It was a precarious drive over, but I was determined to get over for that because it was really good. Yeah, good memories. Got some great memories from the things we've done, eh?
Yeah. That's what life's about, though, isn't it? It's about those memories. You know, Kath and I always sort of like, you know, we're sat there, we're having a chat about something, and Kath will say, "Oh, do you remember when we did that?" And it's gone from my memory completely, and it's like, oh my God, how mad were we? Did we really do that? And we did all those things.
Yeah, we did.
It's, you know, and it's. I feel really terrible. You know, we've got the kids. You know, you've got, how many kids have you got?
Well, I've got 2 children and 2 stepchildren, so yeah.
So 4 kids. We got 3 kids, and you just feel so sorry for them. You know, and they have adapted so bloody well, haven't they?
Oh, they've done. What you mean through lockdown?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
You know, they've just. You know, I think the older ones a little bit, you know, because they've sort of known life before. But the younger ones, our younger ones have done the whole lot.
They've all of mine. I don't know about yours, but all of mine have found it difficult at different stages.
Yeah. My director's saying back to the food, so I'll tell you what we'll do.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll tell Kathy what we're going to do. I'm gonna plate this up. Well, I'm gonna sort of start. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to plate it up. We're going to go over to Matt wants to sing. I want Matt to sing another song because it's like the song you're famous for, isn't it?
If you like. Yeah.
Well, it is. Yeah. It's a brilliant song.
Yeah.
When did you write it?
I wrote it I wrote it after a friend of my ex-wife's died, and she just had sudden organ failure at like. I've never told anyone this because everyone assumes that it's like a really, and it is a song of hope. It's a positive song, but it's you splitting angels in two is kind of like a furious thing at God, if you or whatever there is, because I just couldn't believe that this lass was just taken like that. Yeah. But I'll tell you what. There's about 4 or 5 people that message me about this song every now and again, and they say, this is about the song, not about me. I'm not saying I'm great or anything.
Well, it obviously means a lot to a lot of people, doesn't it? You know?
Yeah. And how nice
we've all had
as a
people
songwriter
taken,
to
we've
have
known
written
people,
something, and people say, look, it's one of my favourite songs. Not by you. It's just one of my favourite songs.
Well, when you said to me,
I built it up now. I've got to sing it really well now.
you whispered to me during that last little VT.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, well, yeah.
And I went, I know
3
the
or 4
song.
people
I know
have
the song.
messaged me and they've said, look, are you going to play that? Because that's...
And I probably haven't heard this for 10, 15 years. You probably haven't sung it for 10,
God.
15 years, mate, have you?
Well, I sang it today, a little practice today, and I wasn't really hitting the high notes like I used to, but I'll give it a go, eh?
Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. If we come back here a little bit.
Yeah.
We got the chips out, we got the steak out. I wanted that well rested. I've made the sauce. It was all ready to put together. What we'll do is we'll go over to Matt. He's going to sing one of my favourite songs. I know we're a little bit over, but bugger it. It's not TV. We don't care. Do we care, Matt?
I don't care.
No, we don't give a bugger. So I'm gonna place up some of this. Matt's gonna sing a song. He's gonna eat it. We're gonna get some more wine in. We'll probably chat for another 20. We'll probably chat for the rest of the evening.
Oh, fantastic.
We may not include you in this, but anyway, over to Matt with one of my favourite ever songs of Matt's. Take it away, mate.
So much more to come, sitting in the waiting room, thinking over all we've done. Nothing left to fear, sailing through uncertainty. Wondering what keeps us here, and it's you, splitting angels in two, growing danger. Back at me, back at me. So much I can see, avenues we left untouched, things we never thought we'd be. I lie awake at night, think of what we've done, things we left unsaid, bridges burned, lessons learned. And it's you, splitting angels in two, growing danger. Back in me, back at me, and it's you, in front of me. In front of me. Cheers, Rich.
Mate, that was really quite emotional, actually, because it's sort of like we've known each other for 15 odd years.
It's probably more than that, isn't it? But yeah, at least.
And that song's sort of that age, isn't it? And I've heard that, been to many, been probably 100 of your gigs.
Probably is as old as that, yeah.
And I've heard that many times, and it conjures up places that I've been, and that was great, mate.
That's really nice.
And I know everyone online is really.
It's a real honour that it does that for people, like a real honour.
But it's a great song. It's a great.
Thank you very much.
Everyone out there will agree with. I'm sure we haven't got the social media going very well.
I'm not sure I do it justice live anymore, but I give it a go.
Oh, mate, you do it justice because it's live and it's what you do. I got a plate of the food because I got direction from the air. So I'm gonna so we got our chips.
These are the double cooked chips.
I put a coleslaw on there. We've got these chips. Unfortunately, they're a little bit cold. No, they're not. But what I think you're going to be impressed with, Matt, I'm just going to get this camera over here. I know it's going to be in all direction, but I just need to show you the steak. And this guys at home, if you're going to cook steak, there's only one thing that will tell you, and that you've got to rest it. All right, doesn't matter how you cook it, burn it on one side, burn it on it, doesn't matter. All right, cook it through. Use your thermometer. I know that's 100. Oh, water to my right, that way. My right, there we go. Right, let's cut this up and have a look how good this is. Oh my Lord. Can you see that in your camera, Matt?
That looks really soft, looks lovely. And like you say, the way
restaurant, it's everything's done for you. What I'm going to do though, Matt, is I'm going to warm up the sauce. I haven't told anyone how I made this, so this was literally so easy. So this is the rubbish I had at the bottom of the pan.
Right.
It's the butter and all the bits and bobs.
Yeah.
I put a little bit. I put. Oh, I've got to move that over there. I put a little bit of cream in it, which I'm just going to refresh. And a little stir around. So this is literally some Dijon mustard, which as you said you wanted a Dijon mustard sauce. Let's just get it a little bit warm. All the little bits I've put in there, that chilli and that, we don't need to put that in. I just want to heat this up a little bit. I just want to get a little bubbling. And then we're going to pass that over. How's your glass doing?
Oh, that's beautiful, mate.
You good?
Yeah,
you're good?
really lovely wine. But the common man in me would have liked to have said that the cheaper one was just as good, but to be honest with you, it's not.
No, but having said that,
it's good though.
If you've only got a fiver,
yeah,
that is brilliant, isn't it? I mean, it's the house.
And I probably would most of the time as well.
Yeah. It's $6.50. It's a little bit more money. Right, we've got our sauce going. I'm just going to spoon it. I got too much on my plate. So let's give you a knife and fork. There we go, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm going to show this to our little camera over here. Let's bring it over a little bit. So we've got, let's get me 4K. So can we see this? Oh, probably not. No, we've got a stuck camera. Yeah. We'll just wait for Kathy to get the camera sorted because we've had a little bit of a technical issue. No. Shall I get up to that big camera? There we go. So we've got our triple cooked chips or double cooked chips. We've got a nice, very, very fresh and nice and sweet coleslaw. And we've got the steak. You can look at that. It's just superb. We're going to pass that over to Matt because I think most of us will agree. He's
Oh, thank you.
entertaining us.
Oh,
No, I've got to give you a knife and fork.
as have you. Thank you very much.
So Matt, everyone's going to be asking where you're playing next, and this is going to be a silly question, isn't it?
Yeah.
However, one thing I haven't told you, I probably shouldn't tell you, like when we're doing a little show like this, but our little local pub is desperate to do some live music, and I had a chat with our local publican and suggested your very name, and he went, "Yep, I've had that suggested several times." So I think you might be the opening act at our local pub, which would be absolutely fantastic. And of course,
That'd be nice.
we could film that and we could put it live on Cookbarn. Although we won't be cooking, I think Cookbarn's going to turn into something, it's turn into an animal that we love, and we get some live music in there. How's it doing? Is that all right? Is it?
So the coleslaw is really fresh and zingy and tasty.
Doesn't need salt in it. It doesn't need sugar in it. I'd normally put sugar in coleslaw, but that little bit of apple, and of course, it's part of your 5 a day.
The chips, I think it was worth the extra effort with the chips.
Was it?
Because they're really nice.
Not very healthy, but really good.
Yeah, but
I think we counteracted.
The steak is done just how I like it, and it's a really nice piece of meat, isn't it?
It is.
Like I say, I don't, I'm not a man who's going to eat red meat 4 days a week, but 1 day a week maybe, something like this would be lovely.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, my friend. It's been great to have you here. We've seen some stuff from the past. We've had a chat, probably not long enough. I mean, we could sit here and chat for hours, couldn't we?
Of course we could.
We didn't put your
lovely
name
to
up.
catch up.
Should we put his name up? So there we go. There you are, my friend.
As they watch me eat.
As they watch you eat. I know, it's terrible. Let's take it away from Matt. So shall we say goodbye to everyone and thanks for watching. It's
Absolutely.
It's been great, hasn't it? It's been really fantastic to have you.
Thanks very much for getting involved, everyone, on the social media. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks, Rich and Kath, for having me. And yeah,
Fantastic.
love it.
Oh, we haven't seen each other for
Beautiful food.
ages.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just
Too
nice to and if Catherine's watching now, which I'm sure she might be,
She might well be now.
come on over.
That'd be nice.
We've got a little bohemian patio which you've seen,
And I'm sure we'd like to reciprocate.
and
nice.
I know she wants to come and see our pizza oven.
Yeah, yeah, she does.
Maybe maybe a little pizza lesson. So guys, thank you so much for joining us today on Cookbarn TV. It's a Friday night. Me and Matt have got a lot of catching up to do, and we've got 2 bottles of wine yet. So Catherine, you may not be home quite yet. Thanks for joining me, my friend. What we got on next week, I'm not sure. Monday, nothing on Monday, because we didn't do a Monday. On Wednesday, we've got a fantastic Anglo-Indian chef that's going to come in. She's going to cook curries, naan breads, onion bhajis, the whole 9 yards. On Friday, we've got live music. Not quite sure who it is yet, because you know what musicians are like? Don't you, Matt?
Have you not managed to book anyone yet, Rich? You've not managed to get anyone to say yes yet, have you?
I have. I've got 4 people to say yes, but they're all flaky musicians, mate. You know all of them.
Pinning them down to
You
one
know
day.
all of them.
Right.
I'll tell you who I want to get. I want to get the guy. I'm not going to say his name out loud, but I want to get the guy who used to in the fish restaurant down Devon. You know what I mean? Oldish guy, a bit older than me. Something to do with Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Kathy said the tasty one, cheeky. Anyway, guys, let's say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining us on Cookbarn TV. I want to say a massive thank you to Matt for coming on.
Been a pleasure.
It's
An
been,
absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Kat's saying don't eat yet. Don't put a mouthful in. You got to say goodbye in a minute. Thanks everyone for joining us. It was a weird meal today because like steak is a
lovely
nice
meal.
It's a good one. Excellent. Thanks for joining us, guys, and catch us Wednesday at 6 o'clock for some Indian curry. Thanks, and thanks to Kath. Well done. Cheers.